Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode of Talk Exchange. Today's guest is Howie Jacobowitz with the Exchange Club of Culver City, California. And he's here to talk all about their Veterans Day initiative and why it's so important and the impact that it has on his community. And he also goes into some detail on other programs that they put on throughout the year. They have an annual dance, a fashion show, an annual car show, which is huge, and their continued growth and how they've been as successful as they've been with these programs. So if you're interested in trying to learn how to grow your club, how to put on some really impactful programs that are very successful, this is the episode you want to listen to. So hope you enjoy, and we'll see you again next week.
Welcome to Talk Exchange. I'm Tracy Edwards, CEO of the National Exchange Club.
And I'm Christy Lindahl, Director of Communications.
Christy, it's an exciting time for National Exchange Club and for our country.
Yes.
As we have a lot going on for America 250 celebrations around the country. Exchange clubs nationwide are especially involved in events, whether it's fields of flags, freedom shrines, veteran activities. And I know you're hearing a lot about that from a communications standpoint.
Oh, you bet. People are excited about this. Sequicentennial. I love saying that. Any opportunity I get to say it. People have been excited about it. And now, we're in 2026 and they've really started gearing up.
Definitely. It's fun. So I know we featured a couple of clubs already and how they're celebrating. And today we have our Exchange Club of Culver City, California. Howie Jacobowitz is with us to talk about their initiative. Welcome, Howie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. And I know today you're particularly focused to talk about your Veterans Day initiative, but something caught our attention online. I wanted to ask you about your Get the Funk Out fundraiser for backpacks program. That looks fun and exciting. Tell us a little bit about that project.
Yeah, well, there's actually two separate ones. Get the Funk Out is an annual dance that we have where we get access to this wonderful, huge place for a dance. We get local bands that have followings, and it's an event that's actually fairly low labor intensity, but a lot of fun. And we get buy-in not only from our members, but from the community at large, which is nice. We try to reach out since the profits go to the schools. We try to reach out to the PTAs and so forth to have them come join us.
Fun, nice. And then you supply some backpacks, it looks like. That's awesome.
We have a separate backpack program which is primarily in December, and that's a good program as well. We have many different things going on. I think our chapter is doing really well.
Absolutely. And I know you host your Impact Awards in June every year, right? Tell us about that event.
Yeah, last year was the first year. We had a lot of first-time expenses. We had being here and basically in Los Angeles, we have some benefits. One is access to talented filmmakers or people that want to be in film. And so a young man, we paid him, but he did a bang-up job putting together a montage of things that happened throughout the year, and we basically wanted to have it so that the community knows us a little better. While we're doing very well in terms of membership, revenues, and generosity and giving, we still feel that we are not as well known in the community as we think we should be.
Sure.
And so that was really the motivation behind that, and this young filmmaker helped us get closer to that reality.
Well, I like that. I like hearing that was a concern for the club, was to, you're doing great things in the community. You want the club to see that, the community to see that value of having the club there, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, a little bit of networking to help you get your word out.
Very cool.
I like it.
Well, I know your main initiative that you're here to talk to us about today is your Veterans Day initiative. So let's have you launch into that. I know that Ken had sent us the newspaper piece that that was publicized last year. It looks like a big, fabulous program. So we're excited to share that with Exchange and beyond today. So do tell.
Oh, sure. I mean, I'll talk about anything you want to talk about, but that's one of my favorite events. It's filled with one of my favorite things, gratitude for people who served and in some cases didn't make it. We used to get a good turnout from our club, and we do different themes each year. This one was tied in with the American Legion and their input, and the funds that we raise goes to help the veterans homeless community, who are part of us putting it together, and it makes it richer. This year there were beautiful pictures all around of celebrities who served in the military in World War II and perhaps other places, and that kind of fits our community well.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just love it. It was just filled with gratitude. And another year we honored a fellow who actually lived right down the block from me, who was the last surviving that we know of, a veteran from World War II in the neighborhood here. And he served in the Merchant Marines, and we honored him, and it was great. It was just great. And so there you have it. We, as I said, the American Legion participated a lot, and they did, after our event, they put on actually a fashion show to get perhaps other people coming to the fashion show that might not otherwise come to the pre-existing things that we had. And so that went well as well.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys are busy.
Mm-hmm. So tell us how
are busy.
How do you get the media coverage for that event? What's your plan there, and how does it come together? Because it's pretty impressive to get that type of media coverage.
Yeah, we tried different things. We were using radio advertising, and that stopped being very effective. The last time we made quite a big payment in that way, and we didn't really feel like we got much out of it. With the veterans event, it's we do a few things that seem to work. One of the key things about this event is at the very first year we did it, we had flags. We made flags up ourselves. We have 500 of them, and we're going to probably buy some more. And so people are we like people to sponsor a flag, and for I think a $50 fee, they get a sponsorship, and many do multiple flags, and organizations purchase as well. And the thing about it is, once we have their name and they've done it once, they like to do it again and again. And so we have a sort of a built-in demand there. And they also get a ribbon with the person they're honoring, their military service, and they get to take the ribbon home with them if they like. And it stays up for several weeks outside the Veterans Auditorium. And when the wind is blowing, 500 flags blowing in the wind, it makes a beautiful statement, and we get to enjoy it for weeks on end.
Wow, that's fabulous. I'm sure families and friends and just people in the community come and take a lot of pictures and just walk through it, right? Looking for people they may know.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And you since it's up there for weeks, you'll see just people walking through, and I mean, it's almost like something. Well, I'll just leave it as very elevating. If you walk through by yourself in the silence and the wind is blowing and the flags are all there, it's a powerful, I think, spiritual moment.
Oh, sure. That's awesome. And you're planning on doing this on November 11th of this year?
I did. We're planning on doing it really every year.
Good.
Because, like I said, it's one of our staple events now. And it's not that we raise that much money from it. We don't. It's just fantastic, and it's great for the community.
Absolutely.
So, we have other major events that we do that actually raise more money, and they're great too. Would you like me to tell you about those?
Sure.
Okay. We do an annual car show, It's always the day before Mother's Day, and that's our next big one coming up.
Mm.
And we get, I would say, uh, the number I think I've heard the most is 12,000 people come out.
Wow.
And what it is Culver City is a little city surrounded by Los Angeles. So we're like kind of like a little community within a city, but we are our own city. And we have a downtown, and we take over the downtown with the City Hall cooperates, and the Downtown Business Owners Association encourage us. And so all the streets are filled with up to, I think, 600 cars. And
Wow.
being where we are, we get some participation from the entertainment industry with their theme cars, from various identifiable cars that you've seen in movies from years past, and that kind of adds to the richness of it. And each of the exhibitors pay a fee. We have truck vendors that pay fees, and their sponsorships. And with there, we raise quite a bit of money, and that's our biggest moneymaker of the year. We have other significant events. The dance, which you just mentioned, I hate to leave anything out. There's another one. It's not coming to mind. I should have written it down. It's another pretty significant event. So that's what we do. I'm very thrilled about how our club has done. I know this is not the case for other exchange clubs and other service clubs, but we continue to grow.
Great.
We managed to attract members that are attracted by the activities that we do. While there are other clubs like us, nobody, and all of the other clubs would readily admit this, does all the things that we do. And so if you want to have that feeling of participation, of contributing, you join us. And so we get people that are maybe a little more active. It's the demographic is still, I would say, older, but it's active seniors like me and many others, Ken Owens, who you know, and many more.
Well, that's great.
And
It's
so,
great to see that type of activity. And, you just proved that age doesn't matter. The level of activity and involvement is what matters in a club, right? You're still able to attract people and obviously make a lot of big things happen in the community.
Yes, I think we deserve credit for that.
Absolutely.
We'll really, I mean, even if it's an elderly person who is not quite as mobile as they once were, there's something for them to do, whether it be, I just remembered the other big event that we do. There's a summer festival in Culver City each summer. It's an outdoor festival called Fiesta La Bayona, and we have a beer and wine garden there.
Oh, fun.
And that lasts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that is a real staple of the community. And our particular section, the beer and wine garden, we have to compete actually to get that booth because other nonprofits would like it as well. But we've had a good proven past, and so we're able to do it. I apologize for forgetting that one. In many ways, that's the biggest one of all.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, those are some big events, and I'm sure you have plenty of club participation. It sounds like the club is well known in the community, as it should be, based on these signature events. So what advice would you have for other clubs in terms of, we hear from so many clubs that try to recruit people, that try to, focus on getting younger people. But, what you're saying is age doesn't matter. Your activity level and involvement is what matters, right?
Well, yes, I don't generally frame it quite that way, but I substantially agree with you. When I look at the new members that we most recently have gotten, it's generally, we really encourage our members, particularly the more active ones, to reach out to people they think would be good fits.
Sure.
And we reach out to them with knowing if you want to be involved with something, as opposed to maybe just a wealthy organization that distributes money.
Yeah.
This is the club for you. And if I wouldn't say that we actually target, but if push comes to shove, I would say that we target active seniors because they have the time, they have the wealth, and they often, if they've done reasonably well in life, have that feeling of wanting to give back. And that's a really good combination. We'll take anybody who wants to join us, who really will. But when I look at the core of who makes our club work, it's people with the time, and they're often not young, but they're active.
Well, that's wonderful. And that's the key to staying young, right? Is staying active.
Okay.
That volunteer spirit, that's what they say. We've heard since, the past 5 years that the key to curing loneliness, for example, is getting involved in service. The key to maybe having a better, healthier lifestyle is getting involved in service. So I like what we're hearing. I think it's a great example for clubs nationwide. And I like that apparently growth of the club and just that constant flow of new people really seems to be a focus. That's wonderful because you want to keep doing those great signature programs you're doing.
Yes. Yeah, I like everything you just said. I agree with everything you said.
There's some great synergy.
Definitely.
And the first point you made, which I hadn't made, is really, really true as far as it's so good for each of us to be in it. And I know every year I feel like I've given more, and I'm always motivated because I'm surrounded by people that are doing more than me. And it just makes me feel good. I believe I get more out of it than I put in. And I think the more I put in, the more I get out of it. And I try to let new and potentially new members know that. Sometimes they may ask what the monthly fee is. And I think it's actually fairly modest by today's standards, but they just have an opportunity to really enrich their lives. And I think your point, I think you mentioned loneliness. That's a real big problem today. And this is a great non-medicinal answer.
Absolutely. It is the key. Well, this has been such a joy to talk with you and hear the story about your involvement with the Exchange Club of Culver City. Please give our thanks to every member of the club. We know they'll all listen to this and be so proud of you and the way you so graciously relayed their story with pride, certainly, as you should. And we love to hear more about clubs like this. And this is just wonderful sharing for clubs nationwide. So thank you for being a valued part of the Exchange Club Network.
This was fun. Thank you for having us.
It was very much fun. Thank you, Howie. Thanks for joining us. Any final thoughts, Christy?
Yeah, just keep the newsletters and good stories coming across my desk.
Absolutely. We love it. And keep doing
what we decided to do. So we're going to have one member who I think has agreed to do this. They're going to send you in monthly or every 2 months something that we're doing, and hopefully we can have that in your magazine as well.
Excellent. Oh, most definitely. Yes, absolutely. Well, that's exciting. And it's been super fun talking with you, Howie. You represent the club so well. And we learned a lot today. Very fascinating. Yes. Thank you. Thanks to our guest today, Howie from the Exchange Club of Culver City, California. Thanks to all members of that awesome club for the great work they do. And they're having fun doing it. If you'd like to learn more about joining an Exchange Club, please visit nationalexchangeclub.org. And thanks for tuning in to this episode of Talk Exchange. Howie, that was super fun.
Thank
you. Good
you.
job. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, thanks for hosting me.